in the Quran that it is not befitting for the Prophet ﷺ and his and the believers with him to ask Allah for forgiveness for the mushrikeen, for the idol worshippers or the non-Muslims, even though they be of kin, after it has become clear to them that they are the dwellers of the fire. So it is not permissible for someone to ask for forgiveness to a person who died as a non-Muslim. And this was addressed to the Prophet ﷺ when he wanted to seek forgiveness for his uncle, Abu Talib, who took care of him and who protected him and who guarded him from the harms of the idol worshippers. Even though Allah Azza wa Jal did not allow him to seek forgiveness for his uncle Abu Talib. Not only that, the Prophet told us, ﷺ, and the hadith is in Sahih Imam Muslim, when a man came and said, "O Prophet of Allah, where's my father?" And the Prophet, being revealed to from Allah, told him, "Your father is in hell." So the man was a little bit upset. The Prophet told him, "My friend, your father and my father are in hell." So the Prophet told us about his father, that he's in hell. Now, in Sahih Imam Muslim as well, the Prophet once wept and he was asked, "Why are you weeping?" So he said, "I asked Allah Azza wa Jal to seek forgiveness for my mother, and he forbade me from doing that." Which means that she is in hell and Allah does not allow him to ask for forgiveness. And I asked her to visit her grave and he granted me that, so now I can go and visit her grave. Now, people would not swallow this well, though it is in the most authentic book after the Quran, which is Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Imam Muslim. And generally speaking, it's the Sufis who do not accept this, and they fabricate and they make lies about the Prophet ﷺ when they give hadiths and say that Allah gave life to them, so they accepted Islam and they died once again. All of these are fabricated and lies. There's no hadith as such. But having said that, by Allah, I and all the scholars of Islam would wish that we would sacrifice our own fathers and mothers for the sake that Allah would grant the father and the mother of the Prophet ﷺ Islam and make him pleased with that. We would do anything in our possession so that Allah Azza wa Jal would please the Prophet ﷺ with his father and mother. But this is not to us. Now, people who have their own personal vendetta would come and say, Wahhabi Sheikh, super Salafi or whatever. Why? They try to label us so that they would think that they would gain more and more followers where they can eat from them when they give them the money. Unfortunately, this is the case. We go out of our way to follow the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, to teach it to the people, to implement it in our lives, in our families, in our neighbors. We love the Prophet ﷺ, but when it comes to what he has himself said, that his father and his mother are in hell, what do you want me to do? Allah tells us in the Quran about Ibrahim, the Khalil of Rahman, his father is in hell. Are you going to say now, yeah, but there's somewhere that Allah gave him back to life and then he accepted Islam and he died again? We know about the wife of Prophet Nuh and Prophet Lot, and they were all disbelievers. We know what Prophet Nuh said about his son. "Oh Allah, what you have said is the truth and he is my son," but he died as a kafir. So Allah Azza wa Jal forbade him from asking mercy to him because he is a bad deed. He's bad news. And Nuh immediately repented to Allah Azza wa Jal and sought Allah's forgiveness. So, in short, those who died non-Muslims, we consider them to be kafir, disbelievers. Now, generally speaking, they're in hell. But when it comes to specific people, to Nelson Mandela, or to George Walker, whatever his name is, or Princess Diana, can we say that they are in hell? And the answer is no. This is Allah's hands. We don't know if the last word they said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu Muhammadur Rasulullah. We don't know if they had things to block them from accepting Islam that are justifiable at the sight of Allah Azza wa Jal. However, generally speaking, we say they are kafir. We don't participate in their burial. We don't say rest in peace. We do not ask Allah for forgiveness and mercy for them at all. Likewise, and this is a very important issue, we say that all Muslims who die will go to paradise. But I know that this cousin of mine, his name is Abdullah, he died yesterday. Would I say he's in Jannah? Never. A person who dies in Syria or in fighting in the battlefield with the disbelievers, would I say he's a martyr and he's in heaven? Never. No one can say a person is in hell or a person in heaven, specifically naming them. But in totality, disbelievers are in hell, believers are in heaven, and it's all at the hands of Allah, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best. And this doesn't mean that the man was not great while he was alive and he did not do good things. He did wonderful things, but still, when it comes to asking Allah forgiveness or for mercy or saying that he will be in paradise or so, we do not know that he was a Muslim, and hence we label him and describe him as a disbeliever. This is all the time we have. Until we meet next time.